Hello, everybody, and welcome to Exploring Fort Saskatchewan with your hosts, Mayor Gale Katchur and Curtis Dominique.
Did we actually get one of these? So I won't do it as hard as I did last time.
Okay.
I'll do it. There you go,
Yes.
soft.
Last time you just about took me out of the chair.
It was when you did that too. I had to do the super reaction with it. Hey everybody, welcome to the newest episode of Exploring Fort Saskatchewan. I'm Curtis Dominique. I'm so glad that you could join us here. And as always, I'm teamed up. It's the wonder duo right here. We're teamed up with the mayor of our beautiful city of Fort Saskatchewan, Gale Katchur. How are you today?
I'm excellent. You know, it's just wonderful outside. Everybody's out, they're saying, you know what, finally spring, maybe summer is coming. And the people who are out in their yards and just out in the community, it is so fantastic.
It's beautiful. Today's hot, though. This is on Tuesday. We record these on Tuesday. Just coming here, just getting into the car and doing that, the sun was beating down, and now I guess you're saying that there's going to be rain. Oh my God, the vegetation and the foliage and everything is just going to explode in the city. It's gorgeous now as we're looking out, but it's going to be so amazing.
You bet it is. And you know what? And this is really a really good time because you know what? We know people are taking time out of their busy schedules to come and view us on Exploring Fort Saskatchewan.
Yeah, and with that, I want to thank everybody for tuning in or listening. We are on iTunes and SoundCloud. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. You know what? You're the reason why we do this. We love the city and we love doing it, but it's the fans that are telling us, hey, I really like that last episode, and especially the one we did on why did I move to the fort and what's so great about the fort. A lot of people reacted to that because I was being honest. There was no paid, there was no nothing. It was just me talking from the heart and you asking questions as the mayor of our great city. And you know what? I just want to say thank you. Keep watching. We're going to have more stuff for you. We're almost coming to 1 year in a couple months.
Wow.
It's going to be 1 year anniversary. That to me is amazing. We're talking about our city. Thank you. I guess we can get on with the show.
No,
now.
I think that's excellent, you know, and that's one thing. We want to know what people want to hear about.
Yeah.
For me, I like to talk about our city because it is so incredible. And I came into work this morning and I was looking at my calendar and I was going, wow, is that ever getting jam-packed? And the reason I talk about that is I started looking and saying, okay, I've got so many things coming up in June, but I want to make sure that everybody out there knows what's coming up. And I looked at it and I think there must be almost an event a day. It's unbelievable.
Wow.
You know, and I just came off the heels of Peoples of the North, which I have to tell you, Curtis, that was fabulous. We had over 1,500 students out in our historic precinct, out exploring what it was like to be a pioneer.
Oh, geez.
You know, the kids, they go, I can't pump water, I can't carry water. Like, I couldn't live like that. And you go, seriously? Because you go into, it's the Kulak House, which is so incredible over there, and the interpreters are saying 9 people lived in that house. I think it was actually
Wow.
nine children and the adults, because there was 6 girls, I think there was 3 boys, and of course the parents. And I think it's only a 2, maybe a 3-bedroom house, and the stories they tell. So it's just wonderful to watch the children's reaction. And this one little girl, she's just standing there and she's going, I just couldn't live like that. I couldn't live like that. And the interpreter's going, oh, yes, you could.
Yeah. Well, you know, my father tells me the same thing. He grew up with, I think, 10 brothers and sisters.
Oh, wow.
And it was the same thing where it would be one blanket, they would wake up, and he would have to chip the ice off the water bucket because there was no running water. This is Depression era age, and he was telling me this, and it's, you know, the walking uphill both ways in the storm, and it's like, give me a break. But then he showed me where he had to walk to school. Oh my God, kids nowadays, if they had to do that, it would be child abuse. It was probably 5 miles there, 5 miles back. But
Well, it was
back
probably
then,
10 miles back.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's uphill, and the snow was worse. But it's true though, because I'm in my 40s, and if I don't have my phone, like, geez, we go to the washroom. What do we bring? Our phone now. We're like, kids not 20 years ago, they wouldn't have known. I know I'm getting a weird look for that, but it's true though.
Yeah, it is. So anyway, it was just a wonderful, wonderful event, and I love that people dress up for it. And of course, I was
Dressed up?
Well, the interpreters dressed up, and I was out in my red period costume that we've had on before. So speaking of taking your phone to the washroom, did you know June is Safety Month?
I did not know that, but my wife is a safety expert, so I'm sure that there would probably be some stickers or some plaques up on the house or something like that. Wash your hands when you leave the washroom. That's 3 times we mentioned the washroom. But yeah, June is Safety Month, and I guess maybe during some of our podcasts we might actually integrate a few safety tips for everybody out there.
I think that would be great. So what we've done at the city is we took little paper cones, the cones that you see on the road, and we gave one to every staff member, and we said, okay, write what your safety habit will be and what you're going to commit to. Those are all posted in the foyer of City Hall, because we want to ensure that our employees all get home safe. And that's one thing that I think, we live in Fort Saskatchewan. We know that, people work in industrial plants, they work in dangerous places all the time. We always want to make sure that everybody gets home safe and sound, and they get home to their families. So absolutely, I think for the next few podcasts, what we'll do is we'll add a safety one in there. And today, it's about washing your hands and sterilizing that phone after you've taken it to the bathroom. Now I'll stop with that one.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So let's get on and let's talk about June. Oh my God, June is coming up, and it's so fabulous here in the fort. So if you live in Fort Saskatchewan, if you live in the region, or you live in anywhere in Alberta and Canada, and you say...
The world.
Absolutely. And I'm coming to this region, you know what? Fort Saskatchewan's the place to be, because June 3rd, our little bad buddies are coming back.
No way.
Yes,
Serious?
Seriously.
Oh my God. I so want to do that clip where I get trampled by the sheep. I think I'm going to do it this year. I wanted to do it so that I've got the carrots and I drop the bag of carrots and they just go, but my wife's telling me that I might get seriously injured. See, so it's Safety Month. I can't even do it because it's Safety Month.
That's right. But the sheep are coming back
I'm so excited.
June 3rd. So if you want to be there for their inaugural visit, we've been watching the babies that they've been born and watching them grow. So, well, they'll be a decent size. So June 3rd, Legacy Park, 10:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. Come on down for Legacy Park Festival and welcome the sheep back. Everybody's so excited to see them.
I'm excited.
Yes.
Hey everybody, just taking a quick moment out to stop the podcast just to thank the people that helped bring this Exploring Fort Saskatchewan to you. First off, we've got Joel at the Canadian Brew House. This place is amazing. You can go down there just to get a ride to go to the Edmonton Oilers games, to have a quick bite to eat, to enjoy the brews, to enjoy the ambiance. It's a great place to take the family or just kick your shoes off at the end of a long day of working. Second, I don't look this good just getting out of the bed. Okay, confession, yes I do. But in part, it's to Frankie at Frankie's Barbershop. He's amazing. You go in there and he'll give you whatever you want in the way of the newest hairstyles, beards, anything. He takes such great care of you. It's like you're a member of the family when you walk in. Shakes your hand right away, sit down, treats you so well. Go there, Frankie's Barbershop. I know everybody likes gaming, board games. I certainly do. The best place to go to in all of the Edmonton area, and especially here in Fort Saskatchewan, Fort Gaming and Collectibles. Go there, tell them that I sent you. Go see Shane. Shane's the guy you want to go see. He's got all the newest board games. He's got all the newest Magic, which I understand is this new crazy game that's taken over by storm. I have no clue. Go in there though, tell him I sent you. The board games are great. Lastly, but certainly not least, is a good friend of mine. You're going to see some podcasts coming up with him. He's the Zombie Master of Canada. I'm going to put a picture up probably right here. His work is incredible. Rob Cicchetto Zombie Portraits. He'll take any picture, including wedding photos, which are incredible, and zombify them. And I guess last but not least, I've already said last but not least, us, Dominique Digital. We are a digital media and advertising marketing company here in the Fort. We do all sorts of things like social media. We'll set up a website for you. Secondly, we're actually going to market it for you and make sure that people show up. This is what we're doing. Look at this. It's a great podcast. Check out more podcasts on the Dominique Digital family, I guess umbrella, family of podcasts. And I guess I'm done. I'm going to send you back to the podcast now with myself and the mayor.
And then the next day, Sunday, Touch a Truck. Have you ever been to a Touch a Truck?
No, what is that?
Okay, so I had never heard about Touch a Truck before, but I guess down east what they do is they like to make sure that children have an opportunity to see the kind of vehicles maybe their parents work in. Maybe it's a big boom truck, the fire truck, the sweeper, the street sweeper, or a grader. And, you know, children are afraid of them. And we want them, once again, to know that their parents are working in these vehicles, and they can come out and they'll be parked in Legacy Park around the CN station. And you can bring your children or, you know, your spouse, and you can showcase, you know, these big vehicles, and it's absolutely fabulous. I've brought the grandchildren for the last few times, and they've been locked up in police cars. They've, you know, getting to see the garbage truck up close and personal. Of course, it's very clean, but you know, it's about seeing
That's
that.
awesome.
You know, can you imagine? You know, I mean, you know, if you worked for an industrial company and you had certain vehicles out there, some like Fortis, they come in, they have their Fortis trucks there, and they let the kids step into the vehicles, sit in the vehicles, and I've actually got into a few too. So if you come out on Sunday to Legacy Park, once again, 10 a.m. till 2 p.m., bring the family out. It is fantastic.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then June 6th, we're going to celebrate our seniors.
Now, that's a senior's tea?
Yes, so they bring their finest. We'll have teacups for them. Everybody dresses up. I put on a little music. They get some music going. And I usually get up and we do a little boogieing with some of our best seniors out there. So last year, Michael French and myself, he had me out there doing a jazz one, I think it was. And the song was long, but he kept up to it longer than I did. I think I ran out of breath before he did, so...
That's okay.
Yeah.
You're there for tea. Do they have like the little triangle sandwiches and everything?
They have little sandwiches. Everything is just done. It's like high noon tea, but we have it at 2:00 because we want to make sure that everybody's had lunch and it's coming, it's socializing. But I think they really come because they just love to see me dance.
You know what? Now that you say that, I'm going there to record it in high def.
Dear.
Yeah.
But
She's
anyway,
like, no.
we you know, the whole fun part about that one is you get them up dancing, or the one year they had a ventriloquist.
Oh jeez.
And they had Wayne doing it. And they had him attached to this, and he's trying to do the sounds, and it's like rah 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 rah. But it was so much fun. So we really want to celebrate our seniors, and you know what? You got to remember, this is Canada's 150th birthday.
I'm so excited. It's going to be great.
Me too. It's going to be fantastic. But you know what? Many of these seniors, you have to be minimum 65, and I know we'll have some that are probably 100 years old that'll show up. So can you imagine the stories that they will share with us?
Like from 100 years ago, just technology alone, like it's got to be mind-boggling just from what they see back then to what they see now. It's incredible because I know I've had conversations with older people, and it's just the stories they tell. It's the car, even cars, like everything, our infrastructure, the way the cities are built. everything. It's amazing. We live in such a glorious time now. I'm sure like in 20 years I'm going to be going, 2017, what a joke. We couldn't fly. But right now, this is the height of our civilization, and what a better city. I'm always going to be pushing Fort Saskatchewan to live in than our beautiful city right here.
But you know what? You talk about a really key point, because when you talk about technology, you talk about back 100 years ago, they didn't have video casts, they didn't have that, so, you just have to look at it and say technology has changed so much. Anyway, June is going to be a really great month, so that's the first half of June. So we'll keep you in suspense for the other items that are coming up, because there's so much to talk about. But, the one that we do want to remind everybody is Farmers Market is coming up on June 15th, and that one's always exciting.
I honestly thought that they were open ahead of time, because I was kind of mentioning to Catherine, going, I think we missed the Farmers Market on Thursday. And she's like, no, it hasn't started yet. So now we know. June 15th, official.
Right. So, you know what? June is a very, very, very big month. That's only the first couple weeks of June. So, at our future podcasts, our video casts, we will make sure that we will update you on some of the additional items that are going on, because we want to make sure that you stay engaged and you come out and you explore Fort Saskatchewan. And rather than having to run this back and forth, we'll only give you half of this month at a time. But these are some really, really cool ones, and I'm hoping you get out there and just explore Fort Saskatchewan.
Oh yes, that seniors tea, I'm coming out for that one for sure.
Well,
Absolutely.
we'll put you to work.
What? And the other thing I want to mention, if you have a charity or if you have an event or if you have something like that and you'd like us to mention it, this is what we're doing. We're doing this to acknowledge the events in our cities, especially some charitable events. I know coming up, I think in July, really quick, that we had something that you kind of spearheaded with the Habitat for Humanity.
Right, the Jimmy Carter build. And we will be spending a lot more time on that as it gets closer. But that one is very near and dear to my heart. We're going to have 16 families getting into their Habitat homes. And what greater thing is there than building hope, building love, building a community?
That's it.
I mean, that's what it's about. We can talk about affordable housing all we want, but unless we're actually walking the talk, we're not doing it. This Habitat build in July is going to be so fabulous. So we will be spending probably one more episode just talking about it.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna go down there and try and take as much video and as much pictures just to show, again, what our city is doing for people. It's amazing. But like I said, if you have an event, if it's charitable, if you want to get in touch with us for stuff like that, my contact information's down here. The mayor's always available. You can contact her on Facebook. You'll see the thing streaming, the magic of, I don't know if I'll be able to time it with my hands right now, but do that. Explore Fort Saskatchewan. That's what we're here to do. Explore it.
Yes. And while you're exploring it, remember, it's Safety Month. Be safe.
Let's do it very safely then. There we go.
Exploring Fort Saskatchewan is a product of Dominique Digital.